Shemai everyone, it's JonnyVR here, back with another Doctor Who review, and it's episode 3 of season 1, titled Boom, Stephen Moffat's return to the show after a good many years. So, as always, I've been up at midnight to watch the episode as it drops and give you the immediate reaction. If you've been watching at midnight here in the UK on iPlayer, let me know in the comments down below. And if you're joining from Disney Plus worldwide, let me know what you thought of the episode. And as always, the first part of this review will be spoiler free, and then I'll give you warning when I go into spoiler territory. And without further ado, let's jump into the episode. And I know there were some comments saying that I looked tired in the last one, where this time it was not so bad because it was not 2 episodes. So, anyway, 1 episode a week now. So, spoiler free review. Boom. This episode will go back, I think, to a lot of to what a lot of viewers think Doctor Who should be. So we've had 2 episodes that were both strange and sort of more fun, and with basically lots of bright colors and things like that. Things to make people smile or laugh or just enjoyable. Then from minute 1 in this episode, it's like serious. It's like it's almost like you needed those 2 episodes to sort of set the tone, only to have this one sort of shake things up a bit. You get immediately sort of the Doctor in a perilous danger. The companion Ruby again is kind of like immediately arrived and has to deal with the Doctor kind of trying to stay in control of the situation. You've got some interesting new characters who maybe we'll see again. Different characters who have appeared for this episode, who also play into the story of the planet that they're on. But I think this one is more serious, like very serious, kind of all the way through. Deadly peril. So I think a lot of people will be satisfied, I think, with the tone of this one compared to the previous 2, in that it's more like a majority, I think, of episodes of Doctor Who in the past. I think this was very exciting. I did feel like a lot of the times in the early stage of the episode, I was thinking like, as the suspense was building, like the story was being built, I was thinking, wow, this is one of those episodes of Doctor Who that maybe only feels that way the first time you watch it. Because now if I go and rewatch it again, it's like you know what's coming. So it's a part of this kind of style of episode of Doctor Who is that the first time you watch it will always be like sort of the best, as it's the unknown aspect of what's going to happen next. So I did think when I was watching it, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like it's tense, it's dramatic, and like but knowing what's going to happen in the next watch is going to affect it. But I did enjoy it. There was I think for me it was that change in tone, the change in tension. Both Ncuti and Millie Gibson, they are completely different almost from the previous 2 episodes because of the situation they're in. And I think the situation they're in is like the whole heart of this episode. It made the episode very entertaining. I think for basically the whole heart of the episode is around this one thing, the boom, the landmine, of the episode. And there's actually kind of considerably light episode. I think you have one thing going on, and it's done quite well. So I think compared to a lot of the other episodes we'll see in the season, this is going to be like the relatively low budget one, I guess, because of the whole because of the whole setting, and it's all about the setup. But I think what I think impressed me the most about this is, first of all, the way that both Millie and Ncuti change completely with this dramatic tension, and I think how Stephen Moffat on his return manages to balance a lot of like the tension in the episode, like from minute one, as you start getting more and more things to increase the tension, and also kind of weave in more about the mystery of Ruby Sunday, as we'll continue to find out more week by week. I think it was a very good episode. I think most people will rate this the top one so far, but let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go into spoiler territory now, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and check back in at the end when I give my score and sort of final verdict. So, boom! It starts off with pretty much these two people in the war zone, and they're kind of like, one of them is blind and injured and things like this. And as they're walking through, they sort of see, they come into contact with this ambulance that's supposed to kind of like help, but actually doesn't. The ambulance is none other than Susan Twist, who is going to be again making another appearance here. And I gotta say, Susan Twist does the ambulance the whole episode through, and kind of again not giving any indication of like who that character is supposed to be, like, and why, like like why she's appearing everywhere. Like, so far she's appeared as like different characters, which to me said that she was like the same person appearing in the different times in the timeline. But now she's like the AI interface of the ambulance. This kind of has thrown me a little bit, so I'm a bit confused about that. But yeah, let me know what you think about who she is, appearing all over the place. But anyway, this ambulance is like, this man is blind, he's not worth saving, and so they kind of like, he gets deleted and becomes a tube of human goo. From what it looked like, I could swear I could see like it was like a flask, and I could swear I could see like an eye in there. But anyway, someone else steps on a landmine. You can see what the landmine does. Basically is turning people into bombs, like as their DNA kind of like explodes. And then the doctor, who's already on the planet for some reason, he's just there. He runs out and it's like someone needs help, and he goes running, and then he steps on a landmine. And that's the whole premise of the episode, is like he's standing on a landmine and he's got to sort everything out while not being able to make a single movement, or the slightest movement will set it all off. I thought this was done exceptionally well. Like, I kind of like, okay, you the doctor's going to survive it in the end, but the way that Ncuti was standing there, especially in the early parts of the episode, I really felt like he believed that he was going to die at any second. Like, it was, I thought it was really good. And then like Ruby, of course, comes out to help, and he's like, I need to get me a counterbalance so I can put my foot down. Like, he's only balancing on one foot. He's like so super still as well. It's a good balance. She gives him the counter weight that he can put his foot down. And again, like, in this moment, Stephen Moffat manages to bring together a lot of things. Like, for example, this is Ruby's first alien planet, but it's like in a really tense circumstance, like immediately. And I think it's good that wasn't brushed over, that she realized, like, this is the first alien planet, but you don't have any time to sort of just enjoy the moment until like the end of the episode. And then and then the fact that like she comes and wants to give it into his hand rather than throw it to him, which I think makes sense, but that means getting close to the landmine, and the doctor's all like, if this works, then I'm gonna like yeah, I'm gonna be really cross with you, but if it doesn't work, then you're a good good companion while it lasts and things like that. So there's a lot of good sort of character moments. Like you really believe that like if that landmine goes off, this is the last time they'll see each other, and like they really act like it. And then like you have one of the soldiers' daughter who's appears, and she's coming down into close proximity with a landmine. Um, and you have Ruby trying to kind of wrestle her away because her dad is like appearing as an AI from the tube. And she's when she's wrestling the girl like to stop getting close to the landmine, they actually do get super close to the landmine. All adds to the tension of the episode because you think like, oh my gosh, if anything touches that, the whole thing is going to go up. Then you have Mundy Flynn, who was not in the cast list, I believe, but it was actually Varada Sethi, who's one of the new companions in next season of Doctor Who. So I wonder if it is going to be the character coming back, or whether she's going to be playing different characters as well. I think it would be interesting to see how this character comes back, because I don't think anyone is expecting it. I certainly wasn't expecting sort of an appearance this soon, and throughout the episode as well. But yeah, she's in the episode as another one of the soldiers, and basically she's there. She's there scanning the Doctor and realizes that the Doctor is not a human. So the DNA, like as his DNA is about to explode or whatever, this is going to be it for everyone. Like it'll blow up like half the planet or something like that, and it's pretty tense because it means like if the landmine goes off, everyone's out. So tension is built very well all throughout. I will say this though, one of the threads of the episode is about the war and why they're in a war zone. I think this could have been developed maybe a bit more, because like there's a bit at the very beginning of the episode where they're like, oh, the Castarians of the planet, sometimes they're in the fog, or it's like they are the fog, and then I at the first was like, okay, well maybe there is no Castarians, because if they've not really seen them. Like I did wonder whether there was anything there. It reminded me a lot like the episode of The Doctor's Daughter where they had the Hath versus the humans, but like the war had been going on only for like 6 days, this kind of thing where the war is actually not a war, and it turns out the humans are fighting a war with nothing, and the thing that's in control is the AI in the ambulance. So the AI is like controlling like the casualty rate to keep it at the optimum rate so that they can keep selling weapons, which I thought was a really, really good idea. Like I thought that that it does deal with this issue of like selling weapons and kind of that control that you have when you can control certain variables, which I did think was a very interesting aspect of the story. But I don't think it wasn't fooling me that they were actually like at war with Castarians. I think if they had shown like there was some kind of Castarian race at the beginning, even the Doctor said that this company that sells weapons was selling to all sides. They could have had maybe the Castarians as a race they were at war with, but also kind of at the mercy of the AI, because like the AI was in control of everything. But again, it worked as its own, but maybe they didn't need to dwell so much on who they were fighting. Like they could have had the whole episode where they were like just in the battlefield, not mentioning who the enemy was. Then you have what else? Okay, you have Ruby. So like when the ambulance was going to sort of disturb the Doctor on the landmine, they were like, we need to distract it with another injury. Then Mundy is like, you need to shoot me in the arm, Ruby. So like Ruby has the gun, but then other soldier comes along and shoots Ruby because she's pointing a gun at her. And this was like dramatic. Like, can you imagine, like, if you're a new viewer and you think, oh my gosh, they've just gone and killed off one of the main characters, but obviously not. But then, like, this was very, well filmed. The rolling down the hill, I was like, that must have hurt a little bit. But then the ambulance is like attached the probes to Ruby to see what the damage is and stuff, and then goes looking for a next of kin, of course, which doesn't find because we don't know who Ruby's family is, and then snow starts to fall again. So again, we're seeing this every single time something about Ruby's past comes into question. There's snow. There is no next of kin. So even this ambulance has no idea, despite knowing that Ruby was born like 3,000 years ago. So again, we don't know anything really more, but the mystery is still there, and it's very obvious to see. So, okay, so in the end, the doctor speaks to Veta who's the soldier in the can, who, now that he's holding the can and the ambulance is connected to him, he's speaking to the AI in the can to go through the wires which is attached to him into the ambulance and look for proof that there is no other enemies on the battlefield. Okay, so this would be I think this would be the best time to reveal that there is, like, it was the time they revealed there was no enemies, but if at this point everyone came to the realization that they like, first of all, he could have asked them, like, who are you fighting, and they could have been like, we don't really know, or they could have maybe they could have started to, like, talk about the Castarians more before coming to the realization that there is none. Because then, there was no Castarians. He goes looking for proof. There is none, so therefore they can stop the landmine from going off because there is no need of it. In the end, this is the case. The AI pulls through. He can step off the landmine, and everyone is happy and everyone's okay. So pretty much that's it. And they do get that couple of minutes at the end where they could see the very nice looking planets in the sky, which again I think looked stunning, but again, this is very sort of a close episode. Like, pretty much the whole thing takes place in that little cavern where the mine is, and the Doctor's standing on the mine. So pretty much that's it. Like, there's barely any other sets. There's a set where the soldiers are at the beginning of the episode, but primarily everything is in one place. So it's kind of a very small scale episode with a lot of tension packed into it. So I like that. So, overall, I think this is an extremely enjoyable episode. It has that feeling that, like, of tension the first time you watch it, that like when you watch it a second time, when you know what's coming, it's probably gonna still be not so sort of hit that hard. There was a lot of different threads of the episode that were all kind of very well balanced, and story was told very well. Brilliant acting from Ncuti and Millie to make you believe that there is a very real danger, as well as new characters who maybe we'll see of some more again. And again, the mystery of the season continues with Ruby Sunday. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a 9 for its tense atmosphere and well-balanced story threads and Ncuti's acting. I think most people will like this one the best so far. I'm very looking forward to next week's one, since they go to Wales. So again, please do let me know what you think of the episode down below. If you're watching on Disney Plus, also let me know. If you stayed up in midnight to watch the episode, let me know. So let me know your theories. Everything, we'll have a discussion in the comment section. And as always, stay tuned. I will be here as always next week for another Doctor Who review. So with all that said and done, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.